I have to tip my hat off to you. You've got an article here in Daily Mail online. It is the world's largest online newspaper presence. So top of the hat for that. Tell me a bit about this superhighway that Biden has been doing. And I'm particularly interested to hear how you were threatened for covering it.
So I've just come back from the Darién Gap. I was on the Colombia side, the entry points for about a week, and then another week on the exit sides in Panama. But on the Colombia side, there is a paramilitary organization over there called the Gaitanist Self-Defense Force of Colombia. It's about an 8,000-man strong paramilitary, and they absolutely rule this whole region. The approaches into Panama, mainly for cocaine smuggling, but now hundreds of thousands of immigrants. There's too much money to turn your nose up. But the Panamanians are trying to close the Darién Gap down and need American help to make Colombia do it too on their side. So I went down to see how things were going, and not well. For one thing, the Americans promised financial assistance for repatriation flights to the new Panamanian president. And just yesterday, he was out in front of the UN saying, "Where's the check?" He's been having press conferences and making public statements complaining that the Biden-Harris administration won't give up the money to improve U.S. national security by closing the gap. And what I saw on the Colombian side was the Gaitanistas. They're also known as the Gulf Clan. They are running a machine, a well-oiled machine on their side in conjunction with the Colombian government, with the full-witting cooperation of the Colombian government and the cities and towns in Colombia and the United Nations, working all in Gaitanista-controlled territory at their suffrage, and the NGOs all over the place down there, and Colombian banks and the rest of that. So far from succumbing to any sort of pressure from the Biden-Harris administration to close that down and help the Panamanians, it was just a wide open, still roaring machine. I did run in some trouble while I was reporting the story. I talked about that confrontation that I had with three of those Gaitanista guys that didn't appreciate. Well, I got caught filming their operations is the problem there, but obviously I made it out with the film and, with the stuff.
These criminal gangs, they do kill journalists, and they show the photos of this. So the fact that you had a run-in with them and came out, I think, is a testament to your courage. These are people who are being brought in. They're all of fighting age. They're mostly male. But the fact that they're coming in is enriching the criminal gangs. That's a really important point, TODD Bensman.
Right. But to me, the more important point, that's been the case. It should not be the case now, because there's this incredible golden opportunity for an American White House to actually do something about it now. To shut the Darién Gap down. And the Biden-Harris administration is refusing to do this. And I believe that the reason that they're refusing to help Panama, and Panama is complaining, they're begging, they're saying, hey, they're pleading, help us, is because the Biden administration loves this mass migration. And they've spent the last 2 years investing, and that's the point of this Daily Mail piece, investing in the shortening of the route, the expansion of safety, security, and they've made it shorter. It used to be a week or 10 days of hell. Now it's like a couple days camping trip through there. And that's all because the administration went down there and invested in making it safer, more orderly and more humane, is how they put it. That's their policy. And now they're being asked to reverse that. They don't want to do it, even if it improves U.S. security. I don't hear Republican congressmen. I don't see Donald Trump mentioning this. And the point of going down there is to draw attention to the fact that this incredible opportunity is just being rejected, and nobody knows that the opportunity was even there. So that's really kind of the greater point that I wanted to make. And yes, if there was a little bit of drama to bring people into that reality, fine, so be it.
The US might not be upholding its agreements with Panama. So $8 billion of American taxpayers' money in equipment and what have you, cash, presumably stuffed envelopes, I have no idea, for Zelensky. Nothing for Panama for simply doing what it had agreed to do with the US.
Not nothing, but almost nothing. The administration has offered the Panamanians $6 million for all their repatriation flights. It costs $500,000 to send a big plane back to India or China. So that's not going to last very long. $6 million. And they told Mulino, the president of Panama, that we're really only going to support flights that are filled with illegal aliens who volunteer to be on the flights, who want to be on the flights. So that's just absurd. The whole thing is just being missed by the candidates for office who care about these things. That is a major thoroughfare for all of those people on the terror watch list that have hit our border. Criminals of all kinds from all over the world are pouring through there. Also, just regular economic migrants, of course, are probably the majority, but 50,000 Chinese, everybody from every Middle Eastern country. Now you can shut it down, and it wouldn't take very much at all. The Colombians could do a whole lot on their side, but they're not.
Todd, outstanding, absolutely outstanding. Where can people go to keep up with your reportage?
Right. Well, I work for the Center for Immigration Studies, so CIS.org. Obviously, I write for some other publications to get more attention to our material. So you can get all my social media at TODDBENSMAN.com. I have a newsletter there. You can sign up free for when I report something. I'll put that out. And all my social media is there, X, Getter, and True Social.
Outstanding. Amazing. TODD BENSMAN, thanks very much. God bless. Catch up again with you soon.
Thank you.